All right, we're on Unit 2, Lesson 8, and question number 1 says the coordinates of triangle ABC are A, -1, 1, B, -5, 3, and C, -2, 7. And graph and state the coordinates of A double prime, B double prime, C double prime, the image of triangle ABC after this composition. So, since it's double prime, I know that two transformations are going to take place, and these are the two transformations, a translation and a rotation. This little circle here just means composition, and we're going to do it in the opposite order. So whenever you do a composition, you always work from right to left. So we're going to do the rotation first. Rotate. This is 180 degrees, and this is around 0, 0. Point 0, 0. Okay, I'm not actually doing this for you. I'm just going to kind of tell you, tell you what you need to do. So to rotate 180, we talked about a rule for that. Rotating 180 will take, so rotate 180 will take the point X, Y, and when you rotate 180 degrees, it brings it to the point -X, -Y. You negate both. Okay, so that's that one. And then when you do a translation, so your translation is going to be left 5 and up 1. So the translation is left 5 and then up 1. You're going to do this first, and you're going to label those ones triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Then you're going to do that, and that's going to give you triangle A double prime, B double prime, C double prime. All right, so now you know what to do. Go ahead, and I should see 3 triangles on here when you are finished. When we look at question 2, it says the diagram pictured, in the diagram pictured, all of the similar triangles are congruent to each other. What rigid motion or motions map segment ZB onto segment AZ? So Z has to map to A and B has to map to Z. The only way I'm going to do that is through a translation, sliding Z up to A and B up to Z. So it would be a translation across vector. You could call it either ZA or BZ. So ZA, remember when we write a vector, we write it like this with an arrow on top, just like a ray. Number 3, the diagram, in the diagram pictured, what rigid motion or motions map CD onto AB? Again, C needs to map to A and D needs to map to B. They need to be in that order. So the only way I could do that is through rotation. If C maps to A and D maps to B. Now really that rotation would be around the midpoint of that segment, let's call it E. And that would be 180 degrees. If I go C to A and D to B. So rotation around point E, 180 degrees.